Good morning, my fellow YouTubers. So, what is it, day 13 or something like that? I'm getting exhausted just by covering this thing. Um, imagine being on the bike and racing for 13 days, but not just like being on the bike and racing for 13 days, like the Tour de France guys, right? They get massages and they get to sleep, and they're racing for 4 or 5 hours a day. But imagine being on their bike on that back seat for like 12, 14, 16 hours a day. Oh, God. So, let's look at what happened. So Mike Hall has been resting. He's resting right now. I think he's doing what Kristof was doing. So they're all trying to calculate my last sleep before I just go for the run. Kristof has done 5,143 kilometers. So there was another YouTuber who'd be like, "Oh, he'll probably finish 3 days from now," and I'm like, "What? No, he'll finish by tonight. He'll finish in 12, 14 hours. So tomorrow by this time, I expect him to be done. He does have bad weather, so that might slow him down a little bit. He does have rain, but yeah, he'll finish by tomorrow. This time tomorrow, he should be done, unless we're talking about, again, some major breakdown in bike or body, right, or mind, because these guys are already insane. But we're talking like complete breakdown. So unless something happens on the bike or something like that, is Kristof gonna win? Yes, unless there's a complete breakdown in bike, body, or mind. He is about 200, just about 200 Ks in front of Mike, and that's too much. It's too much to make up. Too much to make up. But these guys are awesome athletes. They're crazy though. Let's not kid ourselves. Yeah, so Kristof is going to win. Mike Hall is going to come second, unless bike, body, or mind. That's the pinch of salt, and that's the thing. This race involves that. We've had people hit by cars. We've had people stranded because all their tubes and everything got used up. So things have happened to other riders where they've either crashed, hurt themselves. So there's a lot of things that can happen. So it's not neither impossible or unreasonable to think that a couple of broken spokes or spokes, depending on how bad it breaks, right? If he's gonna have to try to adjust the rim by himself. But I also know that food is and stops are far and few apart here. So there is a factor where if he's between two towns, there might not be anywhere to replenish. So let me see here. Oh yeah, there's something there. That could be a general store or something. So anyway, so if he's in between towns, it could be hard to replenish. But I think it's fine. They went through the Wellabore or whatever it's called. I'm not great in Australian geometry. Sorry, guys. And for you Australians out there, I really do apologize. When you grow up in different continents, we learn a little bit about it, but it's not something that we study into detail. All right. So Kristof is going to be first. Mike Hall is going to be second. The third spot, I think, is going to be Sarah Hammond. I think so. But Kayadel or Kayadel, Edel, I don't know, Kai. So Kai is close enough. He is close enough to actually catch Sarah Hammond. So unlike before, where I didn't think Kai would do that, the race for third place, I think, is actually on. If he doesn't rest at all until the end, well, actually that might be a little bit too far, but you guys know what I mean. If he rests extreme limited amount, and Sarah still takes 3 hours or 4 hours to sleep, then he might do it. So the race for third is still up for grabs. Um, and I'll do more. If when these guys get closer, that's when I'll focus on these guys a little bit more. Um, so there's a pretty big gap between those. These are the like these guys are insane, man. These guys are fast. They're insane. Um, it's crazy. So let's look up cycling maven. Um, there we go. He's resting up. There were several live feeds and uh, YouTube videos that he did when he came into Adelaide. And yes, I did make a mistake in a previous video. He doesn't live in Adelaide. He lives in Melbourne. So I think it'll be real tough for him to go through Melbourne. But right there. But I think he's past the moments of self-doubt, or he's kind of past those moments now. Now it's like he's going to complete it. He's not going to kill himself to do it. He's going to complete this race, which I think is awesome. It's really, really commendable. And then let's check out if we can find Juju. So Juju has done now just shy of 2,000 kilometers. I'll give you some perspective of where she's at. That's pretty incredible. I mean, there's several people here that are still in the race. Well, not that one, obviously. I think they're still in the race, but she's catching up to. She's like 1 or 2 kilometers from Paul Ardo, and he's that 74-year-old that's racing, which is really awesome. So she's catching up to him. She's gonna catch up to some riders before the end, which just shows that she's really motoring through really, really well. And she could have been a contender. She could have been a contender. I kind of see her around here, but she's raced against Mike Hall before in other races like this, and Mike Hall has always beaten her. I don't think he's ever come in second to her, but that gives you an idea. Not that people can't, Mike Hall is pretty tough though. So I think she would have given Sarah Hammond a run for her money. Juju is very competitive, extremely competitive, and if she would have seen that there's another woman ahead of her, she would have pushed herself to great lengths. If you don't know her story, I did some videos regarding Juliana. You should, I say should. Her story is really amazing. You can look it on her Facebook, or you can go to her own webpage, Juliana Buhring. She's gone through incredible adversities in her life, and I think she escaped her depression by getting on the bike, and now she's an inspiration to a lot of people, a lot of women, but a lot of people in general. If you're battling with depression or whatnot, or if you have family members that have battled with depression, they might find it inspirational to read her books and follow her and all that good stuff. So kudos to her. She seems like an amazing person with an amazing attitude. So that's it, guys, man. I mean, it feels like that last lap, right? It feels like we're getting so close to the end for the front runners. But here's the cool thing: once those front runners finish, the race isn't over. The other people are still racing. So luckily for me and my followers, the race is probably going to keep on going for at least another week, at least another week for some riders. So I'll be doing the daily updates. Thank you so much for the positive comments on my videos, and and for the encouragement. My last, well, not last video, but the video that I did yesterday had some issues that I brought to light regarding some haters and how negative they were, not just towards me doing the videos, but just negative in general. And I really appreciate all the positive comments. I really do. So I really, really, really thank you so much for supporting me and supporting my channel. I don't. This is not my work. I actually have a day job. I like doing these videos. I like talking about bikes and talking about racing, and I love just being able to share it with you guys and talk about it, and post a comment if you want, or tell me what you guys think. That all being said, we're gonna wrap it up. It's right around 11 minutes, so subscribe. It's completely free, and that way every time I make a video like this, if you like this one, and I also review stuff, bike related stuff, then you just get kind of like a message or something that I've done a video. I'm not trying to entrap you guys. I'm not selling anything. So thank you very much. I'll do another update. If something else big happens today that I hear, or I get some feedback of something big happening, then I'll make an update. But until then, we'll probably have another video either tonight or tomorrow. But thanks for the support.